Are you a Leafs fan? You should be watching the World Cup of Hockey. It was fun to make fun of at first. I mean, it still is fun to make fun of. There are two teams that are just made up. But I've seen a lot of people going, oh, I'm just so not interested in this. No one cares. I mean, by all means, feel free to not enjoy the hockey right in front of you. But if you're a Leafs fan, you should be watching this thing. I mean, obviously, it's in Toronto. But more importantly, the Leafs have a bunch of players involved, and they're actually pretty interesting. Let's start with Group A. Team Europe was supposed to have Freddie Anderson, and we were going to get to see how awesome he is, and then he got hurt, so that sucks. Alright, that's not a very good start. Okay, let's go to Team USA. Phil Kessel. No, he's not on Team USA. He's not on the Leafs anymore either. James Van Riemsdyk is on Team USA, and he should be very interesting to Leafs fans because remember that guy? Yeah, he hasn't played since the winter because of an injury. If you're a Leaf fan, you're going to want to see how he plays with elite Okay, Team USA, you want to see how he plays with pretty good players? You want to see if he's lost a step? You want to see if he's made a comeback from that injury? Because if the Leafs are going to take a step forward this year, they need JVR to be JVR. He's like one of the oldest guys in the team now. That being said, JVR has to earn his playing time because John Tortorella didn't even put him in the roster for all of the United States pre-tournament games so far. Then again, he also benched Max Pacioretty, so that might mean JVR is awesome. And I mean, Canada sat Sidney Crosby, so you can't read too much into that. If we're talking about JVR, is one of the oldest guys in the Leafs. Team Czech Republic has two Leafs. Roman Polak, yeah, he's back. And Milan Michalek, yeah, he's still there. Now, you want to talk about how hurting Team Czech Republic is right now, how unlikely it is that they'll win gold. They have two guys on their team who might not even make the Leafs. According to Sportsnet.ca, Roman Polak is 237 pounds, making him the heaviest defender on Team Czech Republic by over 25 pounds. So he's big, he's tough, he's strong. I've said this for a while now. I think he's a little bit underrated offensively, but we know the weakness there. The guy might get walked. It'll be interesting to see how this tournament affects Polak heading into the season because unlike a lot of the Leafs, Polak has had the shortest offseason by far. Polak got traded to the Sharks, and then the Sharks made it to the Stanley Cup final, so Polak's season didn't end until mid-June, and now here we are in mid-September, and he's already back at it. While some players have had like 4+ months to get stronger, get better, and heal their wounds, Polak's had like 2. At 30 years old, he's not a dinosaur, but you also don't bounce back like a rubber band. Now, Milan Michalek is interesting to me because if you take away all his injuries, I want to know how good he can be for the Leafs. And at 31 years old, he can be a mentor to some of the younger guys on the team who are supposed to be prolific goal scorers in their career. Milan Michalek has been that. So I've kind of taken pencil and paper and tried to figure out who the Leafs are going to have on their opening night roster. Milan Michalek in the World Cup of Hockey, if he really impresses, can help his case. Moving on to Team Canada, nobody. Actually, they have the coach, so not quite nobody. Babcock comes into Leafs camp like, alright, so you scrubs finished in last place, and a lot of those guys didn't even come back, so you're even younger. I just coach Team Canada, so all you're gonna have to do is play like them. Easier said than done, Babs. So far I haven't done a great job selling the World Cup of Hockey to Leafs fans, but that's just Group A. Group B is the money pool, because Team Finland has Leo Komarov. Oh, do I have your attention? Now, I am really interested to see how Leo is used and how he responds to how he is used. Because for most of his career, he's been a mucker, a grinder, a pest, and we've seen that he can play first line. We've seen it internationally on occasion. We saw it in the KHL. And this past year with the Leafs, he was on the top line. He was an all-star! But that's probably not the plan with Team Finland, and that's probably not the plan long-term with the Leafs either, is it? You would hope, not far down the road, the Leafs get offensive weapons that are prominent and can take over that role. Nylander, Marner, maybe some of the guys who were on the Marlies last year, and Komarov can go back to what he was doing before. Being the worst. If you're playing against him, that is. Also in Group B, and perhaps the Leafs player who is going to play the exact same role in the World Cup of Hockey as he is going to play with the Leafs, Jonas Enroth, because he's Team Sweden's backup goalie, or one of them. I want to see how he does coming off of the bench. We've already seen in a pre-tournament game, made some excellent saves, helped keep Sweden in it, and then allowed some not so good ones. But if you want a great, fun-loving way to look at Jonas Enroth, every save he makes, you go, hey, that's our backup goalie. Every save he doesn't make, you go, yeah, well, we're paying him $750 grand, and he has the 80th highest cap hit among goalies in the NHL. A league that doesn't even have 80 goalies. That's pretty good. And now we get to players we've never even seen before. Nikita Zaitsev on Team Russia. Okay, maybe you saw him play at the World Cup or something like that. Unless you're a hardcore KHL fan, you know next to nothing about this guy other than you've been told to be excited. Now you get to see what the big deal is, and it's especially important for him because Russia What's their weakness? Well, they got Bobrovsky, Varlamov, and Vasilevsky in net, so it ain't goaltending. Their forwards, I mean, when was the last time Russia had a weak group of forwards? Come on. Allow me to read the list of Russian defensemen. Alexei Amelin, Dmitry Kulikov, Alexei Marchenko, Andrei Markov, Nikita Nestorov, Dmitry Orlov, Nikita Zaitsev. Now, it seems to me that if they put him in the lineup, they actually dress the guy. Nikita Zaitsev could play a prominent role for Russia. I mean, Andrei Markov's still got some skill in the tank, but he's 37, man. Zaitsev's not even the youngest defender they have. He's 24. He's one of 3 24-year-olds on Russia's D-Corps, and Russia also has a 23-year-old. So as a Leafs fan, I'm really hoping to see Zaitsev shine, but as a Leafs fan, I'm also hoping they put him in the lineup in the first place. So maybe if you're watching one of their games and they don't have Zaitsev dressed, you're cheering for Russia to suck. Last but not least, the team that I'm cheering for, and the second team with 2 Leafs on it, Team North America, the young gun. So I talked about Zaitsev as a guy you haven't seen before. Team North America has Morgan Rielly. You've seen that guy before. You've already seen him in the pre-tournament. You've already seen him flying out there with all the other guys on that team who are flying out there, and you've already seen him contributing offensively. You've also seen him standing in the crease looking frustrated after the other team has scored a goal, but whatever, North America has won both their pre-tournament games against Europe. But don't just who get they won. No one needs the details, a W's a W. But you know what I've heard so much of this season, or it's just been whispered so far, but you know it's gonna pick up. Who is the Leafs captain gonna be this season? And a name that has been bandied about a lot is Morgan Rielly. He better not only play a prominent role for Team North America, but he's got to show his leadership. We know North America is not going to have trouble scoring goals. We know North America is going to be flying out there. Rielly's got to be responsible defensively. And when a puck or two does find its way behind him and into the back of the net, he's got to have better body language. Can't just be, defeated, which we've seen a few times. Coming from a guy who, whenever he gets a negative tweet, he's like, what? And now last, a player we have definitely not seen before. Austin Matthews. Now this has got to be such a trip for him because one, it's in Toronto, so it's going to be a little taste of what to expect. So I want to see how he handles the pressure and the spotlight. But think about this. Even though Team Europe isn't projected to do that well in the World Cup of Hockey, look at their roster up and down. It's got to be one of the best teams that Matthews has ever faced. And if we assume that every other team in the tournament is better than Team Some of Europe, the opponents for Matthews are only going to get tougher and tougher. Oh, you're supposed to be a two-way Anze Kopitar type player? Well, have fun shadowing Anze Kopitar. Huh, you passed that test, congrats. Here's Ovechkin. Whether it's the Swiss League, World Juniors, or World Championships, Matthews has never seen anything like that energy drink-fueled Russian minibus. On the other hand, Matthews has also never played on a team this good. McDavid, McKinnon, Gaudreau, Scheifele, Galchenyuk. Look at that team of young little assassins. And where this becomes a slightly bad thing is then he's going to be playing with the Leafs, who might have a bunch of those, but they're not quite there yet, are they? So I guess in terms of what to watch at the tournament, for Matthews, I'm going to set my expectations low and basically hope that he fits in on Team North America and can handle the pressure of Toronto. Because I think the hardest part for him comes after when he's expected to be the cornerstone of a franchise. So, as a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, what are you looking for in this year's World Cup of Hockey? What team are you going to be watching the closest, and what player are you most interested in? So that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really like to tell all your friends. Iggy, come back! You want to be in the video? No? Alright, he's going to watch the World Cup of Hockey. Iggy! I love you!